Hello, welcome back. I'm Normal Player Guy, and today will now be the third in the series of the Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda, Should You, Would You, and Could You Summon. So the 7th anniversary units are officially out, and everyone's probably putting everything they've got into them. Some great deals on Stone, so go ahead, go nuts. So let's break it down. These are the two new units. We have the God, Goku, and Vegeta, and we have the GT boys. So are they worth summoning for? Should you summon? Would you summon? Could you summon? And the answer might surprise you, and that is actually yes, bloody well yes. So of course we'll look at the first one. We'll break it down and see if we can nitpick at some of these. No doubt, though, these are some of the strongest units in the game, especially compared to the previous ones. We'll have a look at them in a moment. So, firstly, we have the God Goku and Vegeta, and they transform into Blue Goku in Vegeta, and that is just simply just from the fourth turn. That's quite nice. So, a lot of nearly everything there's a trend for that. So Power Beyond Super Saiyan and Movie Heroes are a flat out 170% across the board and the additional 30% for Kamehameha. So now that is effectively the 200% leader skills. Now for us, for global, it was Ginyu, AGL Ginyu that brought that out. But I believe this was supposed to be the unit to kick it off, and there are several events, namely the Red Zone event, which will really require this 30% of health, attack, and defense to take it down. So we'll look into it. So off the bat, we get this nice entrance animation. It's just then they basically just say that you can't take this guy down alone. He's pumped up, ready to go, and then he just turn into God. So of course they stack attack and defense on their 12 and 18, and that's pretty nice because they're into the next form. They actually just raise for the turn, so it's a 50% raise and then a 100% raise, but more in that shortly. So off this they get a nice 120% at the start of turn, and that's flat out. And now for the first 7 turns, you'll get key +1 for every type key sphere, not rainbow, and an additional attack and defense 77%. Remember, 7 turns. Outside of that, passively, they have 120% at the start. They get one key per type key sphere obtained. So that means then that out just on this alone, the tech ones are going to give 3, everything else will give 2 except for rainbow. Here's where perhaps I disagree a little bit. So chance of performing a crit, 7% per rainbow key sphere obtained. Now, at most, you'll probably get 3 on an average, which is 21% crit. Now, that doesn't stack into how you put them in the potential system if you're even able to get more than one copy. So I disagree with that a little bit. However, you do launch an additional super attack when key is 20 or more, and super effective against all types when key is 24. Now, this does actually get better. So, this, outside of the guard and the additional key, it's okay. There's better LRs off the bat. But of course, where this unit really goes crazy is on the turn 4. So then we get these straight away transformation. Again, very similar to the intro animation, just they just turn blue. So now they greatly raise attack and defense. That's a 50% raise, and then they get a massively on the 18 key, which is a 100% raise. Now, of course, you stack in the God form, so you want to do a little bit of stacking. You want to try and get that additional super attack at 20 just to really maximize it, because when that guard wears off, they can be hit. So here we go. So this is where the new mechanic comes into play. So on their 18 key, there's 100% attack and defensive raise. So of which they now disable the enemy action. So that's once within the turn. So that basically means the next attack the enemy does, whether it's on them or not, the next attack of the next enemy that they are targeting will be gone, will just be removed. Now, the way to complete a red zone would be to use them if you can pull them, and it's kind of designed around them and the guest, and you are to strategically have them stack, and then in the harder phases, you are going to try, it's totally on random, but you're going to want them to do the full key, nullify, you want to do the 18 key, disable the next enemy action, which if you're lucky should be the next, which will be the super attack from the enemy, because the enemies at later on will just one-shot you. So if you can strategically deploy them, even if it means floating them off, disabling this action will save you. That is the tactic around it. So now they get pretty crazy. So before they had 120%, but they did have a little bit of a buff for the first 7 turns. But flat out now they have a nice 177% flat out. They do gain 2 key per key type sphere obtained. So now that does mean then that TEQs will now give 4 key. That's just like the LR Super Saiyan 4s. So again, I disagree with this. I think this is a bit of a downfall for them. The chance of crit and a chance of evading is 7% per key rainbow key sphere. So again, you're only going to get 3, so it's 21% crit chance and 21% dodge chance. Again, it doesn't stack on the hidden potential system. So this, compared to what the GT lads do, I don't like this. So what I do like about them though is the attacks are effective, super effective against all types when there is 16 or more, and you're guaranteed to launch another one when you're 20 or more. And of course, another thing I don't like is they have a 30% chance of critting and a 30% chance of evading an attack. Now, on the GT lads, that's a 50%, and instead of the crit and dodge chance, it's actually a chance to launch an additional attack on damage reduction, I believe. So I prefer this. This is still a fantastic unit. Their active skill, which can be popped again, and you turn into Blue Gogeta and everything becomes crits. That, of course, with you or the enemy, with one enemy, is 50% of HP less. So either one, you or them. It's designed really for the Broly at the very end of the red zone, who this will take down. You will have type advantage. It is designed that way. The GT lads have type advantage against Shenron in his last phase. This is a fantastic unit. I am 1,500 stones in myself, including tickets, and I've only pulled 1 copy of the GT lads and not these. So I'm looking to still get these. Failing that, I can get them with coins. Outside of this, they're a fantastic unit, but I still believe that the other one is better. However, they do lead Power Beyond. So Power Beyond, how it works out is everyone who is above Super Saiyan 1. So outside of Super Saiyan, you are going to be on this, which makes it one of the biggest possible going. There is so much on here. You have the fifth anniversary units. You're going to have this guy who's just had his Easy A, I believe, on the JP side. This as well, they team up on each other's team as their Super Saiyan 4. The LR Super Saiyan 4s who will have their awakening. Yeah, and of course, LR Broly would be quite nice. Going to build an extreme build. LR Tech Broly would be nice. Super Saiyan 3 Goku again, he's come up in his Easy A. But basically, anyone who is above Super Saiyan, no matter who they are, you will be on this, making it an incredible roster. This guy, I believe, is coming up to be something fantastic. And this guy. There is so much that the potential on here is absolutely huge. You got both the Gogetas on here, though you can't run side by side. Margin Vegeta, Broly. I mean, the roster is absolutely insane. You think you could run the GT Heroes, the Battle of Fate, and the Heart Virus, not the Heart Virus Goku, no, but there you go. You can run these two who are absolute dominant. These are really nice, and the tech version of himself as well. Really, really nice units. Just an unbelievably powerful one. Very super heavy, isn't it? It's very super class heavy. But yes, as a result, it's a very powerful team. I actually prefer this to the Fused Fighters but I prefer the GT Lads over these guys. And the Fused Fighters category is actually better. So we'll actually touch onto that now. So here we have the Super Saiyan 4s. So here, I believe this is an all-round better unit. I prefer these. I did just manage to pull one of my copies, so that's fantastic. I'm going to look forward to them. So these are Fused Fighters of GT Heroes 170 flat out, and again, the additional for Kamehameha. And of course, that works out really well. So on the other on these categories, you cannot run the new other tech ones, but you can run these on the power one where you can run them on theirs. So Fuse Fighters is basically what Final Chump should have been. Fuse Fighters is every single person, every single unit, no matter what, of any transformation. So we finally have the Super 17s and all those onto here finally. So here we go. So before, this was a fusion, and now they're not. You've got all these fusion ones onto here, as well as your typical ones. Anyone at any one point of time has had a fusion is on here. This is what Final Trump should have been, which makes this category very, very good. So Power Beyond, I still think, is a better one, but mark my words, this is still good. Imagine using, so you've got the LR Super Saiyan 4s, and then you've got the Gogetas, you've got the TEQ Gogetas, and then we all know how some of these are like. Candy Vegito is very good. You do have the 5th anniversary LRs. You do have the last year's download celebration duo kind of deal. You've got these two, which will have the Awakening. I mean, this team is absolutely stacked, but I'm afraid what lets it down is it is very LR heavy. It's very top heavy. I'm fortunate enough to have these few here. Everyone's got him. He's nice, free to play, but he's very powerful. These, I mean, in my he was already rainbowed for me, and I now have enough to rainbow his TUR, and I kind of wish it was this guy or this guy, whichever banner he was on. Everyone's probably going to pull this guy, and that's for sure. And as I say, there are a lot of good units. This Vegito is a very good unit. I've featured him on my other videos. Candy Vegito, of course. Even this Namek Piccolo. No, I'm only joking. He's not very good. Kefla, you can run Kefla. AGL Super Vegito if you must. But this is what it should have been, bar none. But we'll look into it. So, okay. So again, much like the God Boys, we have the super attack of the same effect, where they stack attack and defense on both of them. So of course, they have a nice entrance animation, they guard, and that's basically it. Again, they have the same 120% at the start of turn. They gain additional 1 key per key sphere obtained, and then stacked on with this for 7 turns. So again, attack and defense for 7 turns, 1 additional key. And of course, this one's also the same. You launch an additional super attack and key is 20, and super effective when they are 24. Now, of course, what they have a little bit different is entering the 4th turn with Gogeta. So here, so whereas the others had a chance for crit and dodge, where is it? Yeah, so you have a crit and dodge chance. I prefer this because it's a crit and damage reduction. So crit and damage reduction is far better. So imagine you are stacking and then you get 21% damage reduction, because that's 3 rainbow key spheres. So that's going to be real nice. You're going to see that 21% with the fact that they are massively raising or greatly raising, and you've stacked. You're going to see much more usability out of this one for this. This is going to be a more solid go-to unit. Of course, again, all attacks are effective against all types, which is very nice because that's Gogeta's kind of deal. And medium chance, which is 30% of performing a crit. You have a 50% chance of launching an additional super, and a 50% chance of countering that super attack, which all the Super Saiyan 4s have. The 50% chance of countering, the better chance of launching an additional attack, and you still have a 30% chance to dodge. This guy has more, does more, is better. And of course, he does have everything that becomes critical hits. Same again, they are largely the same, everything down to a T, except for largely this. This is what comes in, and of course the Super Saiyan 4's moniker of dodging the super attack. So the GT Heroes is going to be better in the longevity, as you have all of them that can dodge. So you think about that one, where they just totally just dodge everything. So you got they have a 50% chance to dodge, and then you come down and you've got the 50% chance to dodge, 70% chance to dodge. The LR Super Saiyan 4s have a 30% chance to dodge. So again, pretty powerful. You can't run them on this team, but the GT Heroes you absolutely can run. This would make GT Heroes an absolute machine. So are they as good as the 5th or 6th anniversary units? Now, for sure, for the 5th anniversary units, they are absolutely better, especially this guy, even though he's quite niche. Again, what I like about him is he does have that chance to dodge. It's a 50% chance to dodge in his base in the 3rd slot. And when he transforms, fully built up, he is unstoppable, right? I mean, but the problem is he lacks a reasonable amount of start of turn. And of course, he needs all of this to build up. all of it. His active skill is insanely powerful, much like this guy's, who will be super effective against all types. He does have this advantage going into him. Um, these now, they fall off massively. Taking them into any difficult event, they easily take over like 200k now on normal. It's absolutely insane. Even if you've got them rainbowed, it doesn't matter. These two are absolutely out of the question. Will these ever have easy A's? No, probably not. Well, then again, it's hard to say that they won't because the 4-year ones did. But are they better than last year's 6th anniversary? So these two are really good units. These have the 50% chance to crit, which stacks, so a double super is a guaranteed crit. UI Goku has a great start of turn. He has a 70% chance of dodging, although admittedly you can't use that in the red zone. Everywhere else, he is going to be so clutch, so good, and he has a KO revive mechanic, much like this guy. So personally, I actually think these are on par. What they do at the start of turn and what they do with all the key mechanics, and they can nullify and they have a chance of crits and launches additional attacks, yes, and that's better than this guy who has damage reduction. But again, these how many people have used these and completed the hardest events with the KOs? How many people have just relied on him for the dodges? Well, remember, both UI Goku's 70% chance to dodge and both of the 6th anniversary units, they crit. That's absolutely insane. So personally, I'd say this guy is in fourth. No, actually, I take that back. This guy's in fourth. This guy is in third. Now this guy is in second, and I could interchange, and this guy's third. Now I would honestly say UI Goku is still better than these. Now again, situationally, where you can get that dodge off, this guy is better. So yeah, they're very good units. Should you summon? Absolutely. Would you summon? Absolutely. If you've got the stones. Could you summon? That depends on how much effort and how much saving you've done. But yes, absolutely. Go nuts. I will go crazy all the way up to the end of July and part of the way through August. But don't forget, at the end of August, we are going to enter the Download Worldwide Celebration Festival for both parties, both Global and JP. So remember, that's going to be some crazy units. So I would summon like crazy till the end of July and then just stop, save what you can heading into the next one. So yes, very good units. Personally, this guy is my number one. So that will be the end of the third video of the Shoulda Woulda Coulda. I hope this gave some nice insight into the comparison between them on recently. So hope you found this entertaining, or I hope you found this enlightening. Until then, bye bye.